Sean is out of Phoenix, Arizona. Sean, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning, Sean. How are you?
I am doing well, sir. Thank you.
Good, man.
So I've called you before about my mother, and I forgave her. At least I thought I did it right, and I've been working on that. And so my mom had 3 kids, all with different dads out of wedlock.
What a slut.
Yeah, so she was always blaming all of our dads growing up. Oh, it's your dad's fault that you blah, 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 everything. She would just bring it up. Anytime she would do something and we'd say, what are you doing? She would blame one of our dads. And my brother wasn't even raised by her. She was too young and shipped him off to my grandparents in Vegas, so she didn't even raise him.
How old are you, Sean?
33.
Okay, go ahead.
Actually, I turned 34 next month. But so my older brother
But
wasn't
today,
raised by her.
how old are you today?
33.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
And so my brother and sister, we've always had bad relationships. We've been trying to be more like siblings, but we're both kind of half brother and sisters, and we've had just different lives. We're all very far apart in years. But it's always been a fight trying to be together. There's always, we'll be good for a few months, and then ridiculous, terrible arguments happen. And they'll say the nastiest things that I wouldn't let anyone else say to me. But with them, I allow it because I'm like, oh, it's family. And before Christmas, my brother and I were really close. We listen to the same stuff. We have the same view on politics. My sister's young and crazy, and she's wild. But we've always just we'll go 6 months at a time not talking and stuff. And we had a huge blowout over Christmas over nothing. Literally, absolutely. I was calling to say, hey, we're excited to see you on Christmas. On Christmas Eve, I called him. And he was like, don't come over. You're sick. And
Who tell your brother to don't come over?
My brother told me not to.
Oh, okay.
And my sister and I, at the time, were talking. My brother wasn't talking to her right before that. But it seems like every time one of us is fighting with the other 3 band together with my mom. And I kind of realized it with my brother that day. I just sat back kind of and was watching the situation and went, man, this is unhealthy. And I think I need to wash my hands of it. And I had done that with my mother probably a year earlier. And as soon as we stopped talking, he told me not to call him because of that phone call when I was calling to say we're excited to see him. He got all angry. And he's got his own issues, so he's got some anger. He's got some addictions that I think help that. But my sister calls me a week later and says, you never see your nephew enough. Why don't you ever come see him? And I offered to adopt my nephew like 3 years ago because my sister was out partying and crazy. So it's just like it happened because I was fighting with my brother, so they're all hanging out. And my mother texted me. I had a daughter 4 weeks ago, and my mother, I still text her pictures of the kid, and I'll just, I show her the baby. She's never met my other daughter. She's never met either of her grandchildren. And whenever she's brought it up, she said, you don't invite me. And I'm like, why do I have to invite you? She doesn't care, but she acts like she does. And she wrote me, some meme of like strong women or something. And I finally responded, and I said, Mom, if you wanted to come around and see them, all you had to do was ask, but you never do. And I wrote her back, which I shouldn't have, and it only took about 3 texts for her to curse at me and tell me I need to grow up. And she sent me photos of her, my brother, and my sister. My brother hadn't talked to my mom in probably 2 years either, because she's the same way with him. But the minute I thought that we got into this fight, this one of many fights with my siblings, she sends me photos and they're all hanging out at Easter trying to make me feel bad. And she even brought God into it and told me, you'll have a powwow with God, and I don't want to be there. And I just kind of thought, how dare you talk about my salvation because you're an evil woman. I don't want you poisoning my wife and my children.
So your question for me is what?
I've been listening to you, and I've been really trying to follow what you're saying recently, because I've been battling with alcohol, and I got heart problems. It runs on my dad's side, but my doctor's like, you can have a heart attack at 40 or start living better. So I've been battling the addictions, and I've been listening to old churches of you, and I'm starting to try the silent prayer. But what do you think I should do? Because she made, I don't listen to her, but she put it in my head, and I'm sitting there going, I'm thinking, am I making the wrong choice by letting go of them? Because I have my dad's side of the family, my wife's whole family. It's beautiful. You should have seen it. It was like a picture of a bunch of Mormons. There was about 40 of us on Easter, a bunch of white babies. You would have loved it. And,
so your question for me is what?
Am I doing the wrong thing by cutting out the dead wood?
Why do you need them in your life?
That's, I guess, my question.
I'm sorry?
I've tried to keep with my siblings
Why?
as best I could. And
why?
We have moments.
Tony, sure. Why?
Sorry. I have no idea. Because they're blood.
They're blood, but they don't like you. They don't want to be around you. Why are you trying to make it happen?
I don't.
That was
I
the
don't
question.
want to anymore.
But why are you doing it, though?
Huh?
Why are you trying to make it happen, period?
I don't know. And when I don't talk to him, I think about it, and it makes me... I think about it and think that I'm doing the bad thing.
Why are you going into the darkness of your imagination and coming out with the wrong answer?
I don't know.
You don't understand? Do you not understand that all thoughts are all lies all the time about anything?
Yeah. That's what I've been trying to listen to you and take. I've been listening to you for years. And my wife and I listen to church.
But why are you consulting with thoughts?
I deal with thoughts all the time.
You're
That's
consulting with darkness.
Trying to get over them.
Sean, you're consulting with darkness. Why are you doing that? There's no right answer in your imagination. Zero.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've realized that because every time the thoughts I've been listening to you, they don't sound like me anymore. I can almost hear the evil, like the woman or like the devil. I can hear, it's not my voice anymore. I can hear, oh, why are you doing that? It sounds just like the imitation that you always do. I can hear it now.
So why you still believe them then if you know it's not you?
I don't know. I'm trying to get out of that.
And according to you, your family have demonstrated that they are not of love. They're not anything that's good. And you'll bring them into your life and they'll destroy you and your family.
They're nasty. It's always been nasty. It's
so
never
in
been
knowing
pleasant.
that, then there's the answer right there.
How do I know that I'm... How can I keep from falling into that and then keep up with not believing the thoughts and stuff? Because I've had a few times with the drinking when you say just notice it and then move on. I've been noticing that a lot. Is it the same thing? Do I just notice the thought if I think about, oh, I feel bad because I didn't, whatever?
Do you believe that you're your thoughts?
No.
So why would you listen to them then? Do you believe they're from God?
No.
So why listen to any thoughts at any time about anything?
Man, I hear you ask these questions all the time. It's just, you grow up your whole life and you think that you're supposed to, I don't know. Does it quiet down eventually? Once you start not listening?
Are you doing the silent prayer morning and night? Every morning, every night?
No, but I have started. I'm trying.
And so if you don't do the silent prayer, who's going to fight the darkness of the imagination for you? You can't fight it.
Mm. Okay. Yeah.
That was a question.
Yeah, I need to do that more.
Who's going to fight the darkness if you are not doing it, being still and letting God fight it for you, the light? Who's going to fight it for you?
Yeah, no one.
And so why don't you do the thing that is right for you is to let go and let God guide you, let him take care of it. Because you're still
let go of
falling into
anger.
the, I'm sorry?
And let go of the anger.
You're still falling into the darkness.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it because I thought I listened to you forever and I thought I had it, but I still get angry and frustrated. And then when my mom sent me those photos, just trying to stir up the anger in me.
Well, why don't you
I
block
wasn't
her?
mad.
Why don't you block her knowing that that's what she's doing?
I actually did yesterday. So, and that's the other thing. I forgave her, but I forgave her over text
Hold on,
message.
Sean. Hold on. Quick break. Back in a moment.
You know, I'm 32 years old now, and I've been clinically depressed since I was 17 years old, and ever since I started listening to you a couple of months ago, bro, I don't even need to hear the word depression. I don't even care about that because that's not anything that I identify with anymore.
Nice.
I'm 100% cured. I'm 100% better because I've been listening to the Jesse Lee Peterson show, and I can't even begin to tell you how much I appreciate you, and I just can't even begin to tell you how much I really appreciate the things that you're doing for young men. Young men need to hear this, and young men need to know this message that you're delivering because it's important. It's vital to their lives, Jesse. I just wanted to let you know that, man.
That's amazing. I mean, you made my day, man. When I hear one soul has returned to the Father, it's like 1,000. It's better than silver and gold. So God bless you, man. All right, welcome back. 888-775-3773. 888-77-JESSE. I'll get to your super chat here in a minute. Let me go back to Sean. Let's see here. Sean, the answer is right in front of you, but for some reason you won't take it.
Right. I forgave my mother, like you always say, but I did it over text message, and she gave the typical, what? Like just all defensive, just absolutely no empathy with anyone else's point of view.
You need her now?
No.
How
not
old
at all.
are you?
She used to live with me.
Did
I
you
used
say
to take care of her.
Did you say you were 30-some years old?
Yeah, 33.
And why do you face her instead of texting her?
I can't stand being around her. Her eyes are like evil. There's nothing behind them, and it honestly makes my skin crawl.
And so, you have doubt if you should visit with her or let her visit with you. You think you should do that, knowing that about her.
No, well, I had cut her out, and I made peace with it, and I haven't had bad thoughts about it. It's the thing that just happened where she goes, "Oh, you're family," even though they all treated me horribly.
You're not
She
family,
lumped in my siblings.
Sean. You're not family. Your true family are those who've truly been born of God. They have love in their heart, and that's your true family. Your mother's not. It's crazy, man. Why don't you just block her and move on with your life? You say you have a
So-
wife and kids, right?
Yeah,
Why don't you focus on your
Amazing.
family?
right.
No, that was a question.
We were out yesterday at the zoo.
Why
with my
don't you
dad and
focus,
his-
Tony? I mean, Sean. Why don't you focus on your family?
Yeah, no, that's what I am doing. That's what I'm doing.
Why not just block your mother, wish her well, and live your life?
Right.
No, that was a question.
Yeah, so yesterday I was at the zoo with my father and his wife and my stepsister. She drove from Tucson 2 hours away. We had the greatest day with our children. It was awesome. It was amazing.
So why not
And
move
that-
on and live
that-
your life, Sean?
So that's when she texted me this hateful, I didn't even read it. I saw it and I blocked her number and I said, I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Because I had left her number, but maybe that was me not letting go fully because I still had her number, even though I told her, I forgive you. I'm sorry for resenting you.
Sean, move on with
But
your
she was
life,
still
man.
able to text.
Sean.
Yeah.
Move on with your life.
Even with my siblings,
Even with your siblings. Why bother with them? They're giving you the same type of trouble. You love trouble?
no.
You act like you do.
No, I don't. I truly don't.
So
I
these
just
people
need to-
trouble, why have them in your life?
You just think you're supposed to because they're
But you're a
Someone blood.
grown man now. It's not like you're a child.
right. No, you're right.
Do
Do you think I need to call her because I
Oh,
I only
Lord.
texted?
What?
No. To say I'm, to forgive her and move on, I already told her all that.
So move on then.
All right. Yeah, that was my question.
Do,
'Cause,
do your wife know you're being this week? Does she know?
yeah, we've talked about it. She was always nice too, but then my mom, they crossed some
Does your
boundaries, and
wife
my
know
was
you're
like,
being this week?
Yeah, I guess she knows I struggle with it.
What's it like being married and children with this woman, and you're being that weak, and she knows it? Why? What's that like for you?
I mean, I'm strong in every other way. I support us with my income. My wife doesn't work; she takes care of the kids. We're gonna homeschool.
But why let your
Right.
wife know you're this weak?
That's the other thing is I'm trying to work on not telling her anything, like you always say.
Yeah. Why don't you just quietly block your mama, your brother, your sister, and move on with your life and stop whining about it?
Yeah, amen. That's the truth.
That was the question.
No, that's. I know all these things, and I know them. And I'm not going to make excuses for myself. I know the right answer, but I'm stubborn, I guess.
So you
But
love pain.
I feel. I've been in a lot. I've been in physical pain.
No,
and then
you
this
love
stuff,
emotional pain. You love emotional pain, right?
Yeah, I guess from what from the standard you talk about, yeah, I guess I do, and
Well,
I'm
then
ready to
just-
let go of it.
Well,
because-
then just suffer then until you had enough.
No, I'm ready to. I'm done with it. I'm ready. I just had to call you and say, hey, I think this is the end of it, and I needed to hear your opinion to tell me quit being a beta about it.
Do the silent prayer, Sean, and move away from those people. Wish them well. Don't be mad at them. Don't try to get revenge or anything. Wish them well, but you move on with your life, man.
Yeah.
All right?
All right, Jesse. I appreciate it as always.
All right, buddy. I wish you well.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye now. Super chat.